morning, everyone. I am Hobart Village Administrator Aaron Kramer. Joining me this morning is Hobart Lawrence Police Captain Michael Rankus. If you need spellings, we have the nameplates here for your benefit. Also joining us this morning is the Town of Lawrence Administrator Patrick Wetzel for today's press conference. Captain Rankus will have a statement to make at this time, and following the conclusion of that statement, we will take limited questions from the media. So with that, Captain Rankus.
Good morning. First, I would like to thank the Brown County Sheriff's Department, the Brown County Communications Center, the Green Bay Police Department, the Oneida Police Department, the Wisconsin State Patrol, County Rescue, and the Brown County Highway Department for their assistance during and following the incident yesterday. I would also like to thank the motorists for their patience who were delayed and detoured because of the event. The Hobart Lawrence Police Department was investigating a welfare check on a 30-year-old Hobart man. During that investigation, officers observed the individual driving on Highway 29. Officers attempted a traffic stop. However, the driver did not respond to the officers. The officers were ultimately able to stop the vehicle, and because of the teamwork with our other agency partners, we were able to safely take the subject into protective custody concerning the welfare check we were investigating. Unfortunately, during the incident, a 7-year veteran of the Hobart Lawrence Police Department was injured because of an accidental discharge of the service weapon at the scene. It's important to stress that the officer was not in contact or near the subject at the time of the discharge. The incident is under review to determine the cause of the discharge. The initial review will consist of reviewing all the available body camera footage, in-car squad camera footage, and officer statements. I appreciate there's probably some questions, and I can take those now.
Can you tell me what kind of service weapon you guys use, and have you had any other accidental discharges because of the type of weapon?
At this point in time, outlining if it would be a firearm deficiency or an officer deficiency without getting into the review, I think would be a little premature in saying it would be one or the other. We have no other unintentional or accidental discharges though.
Can you tell me what type of weapon it is?
We carry 6 hours.
What was the nature of the welfare check?
It was for individuals who had some erratic behavior that individuals were concerned about, but as far as that goes, I can't elaborate any further.
Okay, so he's in protective custody. What exactly does that mean?
The incident is ongoing, and I can't state or disclose, but he was taken into protective custody for the welfare check.
Okay.
What did the officer do exactly? Like, was it an accident? I mean, did he trip? Do you guys have an idea of what he might have done to discharge the weapon?
The incident's still under review, and we're going to be taking a look at all the available body camera and squad camera to kind of get a very clear picture of what actually happened, and that includes talking to the officer as well.
You mentioned that he wasn't anywhere near the person that you were trying to take into custody, but did this happen, before that person was taken into custody, after the person was taken into custody, and kind of where in the timeline of pulling over this person?
Before he was taken into custody.
Was there anything found in the vehicle of the person, of the suspect?
At this time, the incident is still under review, and that's going to be part of the total picture that we're going to be putting together.
Do you have the officer's name yet being released, or the suspect?
The officer's name and the suspect will not be released at this time.
How is the officer doing?
The officer is in good condition out of respect for the family and his privacy concerns. That's really all I can say at this moment, other than we are very relieved with the news that we received this morning, and we look forward to a big welcome back. I
know that you can't share too much about his medical, but did he undergo surgery or anything of that nature? Again, due to privacy concerns, we're not going to give you much more than that information, other than he is in good condition. And again, we look forward to him returning to work, and we miss him. Sure. One other thing, what charges could this person be facing? Yesterday, the investigator told us could be eluding an officer. Could there be more charges that are going to be filed after an officer injured himself because of, in the nature of the pursuit?
Due to the unfortunate circumstances of the officer injuring himself, that has no bearing on what he's charged with. He'll be charged, if he's charged with anything that would be fitting of what his
happens next? The investigation obviously continues. Is there an outside source looking at the discharging of weapon?
There's an internal review process that'll be ongoing.
How difficult was it to deal with the incident on the highway?
With the agency partners that we have, the situation went very well, and I attribute that to the agency partners that we have with the Brown County Sheriff's Department, Highway Department, to ensure that we had adequate resources there, and that things were communicated amongst each other very properly. That goes with the communication center as well. That was a really good example of teamwork in the Brown County area.
Can you tell me what hospital the officer went to for treatment?
Not at this time.
I know that you weren't able to mention much about the nature of the welfare check, but enough where your officers felt like this person needed to be taken into custody, because it started with a welfare check. They were not able to make contact in the morning, and then found him on the road hours later. The choice was he definitely needed to be in custody.
Yeah, and that's why they tested the traffic stop, so they can check the welfare.
Can you tell me do you know the speed that this person reached, or your officers reached in the short pursuit?
That entire area is all part of the review process that we have that will be ongoing.
In conclusion, you had a question?
Yes. How fast was the officer able to get to the hospital?
I don't have that off the actual transport time for there. I know County Rescue was there providing medical aid, as well as the officer providing aid to the officer immediately, or right away the officer aid was there. I don't have the exact times up.
Captain, how are the rest of your team doing?
Doing well. They're concerned, obviously, for their coworker, but everyone is rallying together to get him the support that he needs and deserves.
Any other questions from any of the media?
When can we expect maybe another update on the officer's condition, or in a later time, the investigation? I obviously don't know how long it will take or what it entails, but...
Yeah, there's copious amounts of video to get through and statements that we need to really sift through, so an exact time frame I don't know. We'll be speaking with the officer later so we can see as quickly as we can get you guys some updates.
Yes. So again, on behalf of the Village of Hobart and the Town of Lawrence, we appreciate you coming out here this morning. Again, our primary concern is for the well-being of our officer. We're close-knit here. It's a small building. We see this officer every day when he's on duty. And I know this is a difficult time of the year, so this was not just a professional blow to us, but it was a personal blow to us. Main thing is we thank the people of both the village and the town. We've already received numerous expressions of support this morning. We know, for the most part, they appreciate it and they love their police. And again, we just can't wait for that officer to return and get back on the road. And we're going to be here with smiles, balloons, and probably some good eats too. And we have that welcome back for him. So again, we appreciate your patience. We know you have a job to do as well, and we can't answer a lot of questions, but it's not even been 24 hours. And no offense to anyone, but our biggest concern right now is getting him back in good shape, and getting him through this difficult time, and being there for his family and friends. So, with that, thank you for coming today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.